everybody, Streaks Foxtrot from Foxtrot Breedables here. I've got our answer. Green gardeners, you overwhelmingly asked us to leave in mass watering. Good news, we're going to leave it in. The better news is that we figured out what happened. Jeff Mustang put in a ticket that kind of went through the steps of exactly what he was doing when it happened. Everyone before Jeff, about a year ago, was just like, it's broken, it doesn't work, fix it. What are you doing to cause it? Nothing that you wouldn't do. Like, Jeff was like, I do this, I do this, I do this, and then it doesn't work. And Jeff was absolutely right. And Jeff's contribution to getting this fix is immeasurable. Thank you, Jeff Mustang. Appreciate you. Shout out. We have fixed this in both Second Life and USG. What happened? Garden watering. Garden watering, and I need to make a small correction. I said the other day that flowers don't talk to gardens. That's wrong. I was wrong. Compost bin says water all. I'm going to use this as my garden example. The compost bin says water all. It tells the garden, hey, water your flowers. The garden says cool. Flowers, water yourselves. And the flowers say, cool, I'm going to water myself. And that was all working fine. What wasn't working fine is the flowers talking back to the garden to say, I watered myself, and the garden going, 6 plants watered themselves. Why not? When you first res out an object in garden, I don't know if you can hear my cat crying. She's screaming in the hallway with a sock. When you first res out a garden, it gets a UUID. And that UUID is an identifier asset thing for Second Life. That's not something the general user sees every day or knows every day. When you res out any object, even if you're building and resing out a box, it gets a UUID to be tracked by the asset servers that Linden Lab has. Now, you take your garden. This is my little round garden example. I need a flower example. Who am I going to use? Oh, I've got a little pony. I'm going to use a little pony. And this is my little flower. It looks like a stablemate, but it's a little flower. This is my little flower. And when you tell the compost bin water all, the garden tells the flower water, water. She talks to the garden. Garden says, cool, you watered. I watered 1 flower. What people were doing is taking this as a coalesced object, flower and garden and all, and putting it in their inventory to move somewhere. Then they were resing it back out. Now, that UUID that the garden had the first time, the pony remembers, or the flower remembers. The garden, when it gets re-resed, is assigned a new UUID, but the flower remembers the old one. So the compost bin says water all, the garden says water yourself, the pony goes, okay, waters, and then says, former UUID I watered. This isn't the same ID number as the old one, and the old one isn't there to hear her call and report that water. So we fix that. When this gets re-resed, coalesced, or when a plant is attached and gets re-resed, the plant should know the UUID of this guy. So we have fixed that now. We did test last night. We tested in USG and Second Life, and it all works. It all works. It's fixed. We have been trying to tackle this watering bug for over a year, and we got to the point where we just couldn't tackle it anymore, and it was getting really stressful. We were just replacing gardens, thinking it was the gardens. It's not the gardens. It's the flowers. So last night there was a compost bin update. Your bins should be talking to you this morning about, hey, I need an update. You're going to get that update. You're going to click your compost bin, hit get update. Your bin's going to vanish. We're going to deliver you a new one via the server. You're going to set that out, click it, and hit update plants. It's going to update all your flowers. Now, you will have to replant all your flowers in your garden, but that's okay. This fixes the issue. Now, every flower that has a version number will be fixed. If your flower does not have a version number, we can't update its code. It doesn't have updater software in it. So those ones could still break. So remember, if you have a non-version numbered flower, take it out of the garden, unplant it, unplant all, take the flower, then move, then plant it back. That's how you fix the non-version numbered flowers. Any babies a non-version numbered flower has in the red seeds, they'll be versioned when they're born. So don't even worry about, they won't continue to make non-versioned babies. All the new babies have version numbers. So going forward, Everything should be fixed. Like I said, there may be a hiccup if you've got one that doesn't have an ID number. If you have trouble, reach out to us. Give us a ticket. We'll be happy to talk to you and get you sorted. I also want to thank you guys for the feedback. You guys gave us some great garden feedback, great suggestions for plants, just really wonderful information that's going to help us do better in the long run. I turned my thing on. Oh, it's on this sheet. Lost my sheets. But you guys, you guys suggested lotus, cosmos, lavender, cherry blossom. You guys suggested lilacs. You guys suggested all kinds of beautiful flowers. And I want to thank you guys for bringing those to our attention. Someone even said like different varieties of roses, different varieties of tulips, cosmos, zinnias, because we brought marigolds out this year. Cosmos and zinnias are kind of a spring like planter mix. But I do want to thank you guys for being the best breeders on the grid. I want to thank you guys for working with us on this issue, because when I asked for help, I was kind of at my wit's end. I did not know where to look. I was having the worst time with this. And you guys have restored my faith in, one, transparency between us, getting us to really communicate together and get that information passed. I want to thank my team. Red, I know this was hard on you because you have like 2 of every flower that's out there. There's like 114. And Red had to update that garden, and it took forever. I want to thank Logan and Silence for helping me test last night and just kind of hanging out and being the best. I want to thank my scripter. So much so. He does not like me to identify him. He doesn't like me to call him out, but you're the best. We work so well together. I really appreciate everything that you do, and you deserve to be told more often how awesome and amazing your work is, because it really shines through here, because I was at my wit's end. We got all the information from Jeff, and between you and me, within a half an hour of being in a call, we kind of figured it out together, and I really appreciate you working so hard with me. I know it's stressful. I know I'm crazy sometimes. All right. So, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Get back to gardening, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Oh, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. I didn't want to forget that. It's like my tagline.